Hi everybody, this is Frog Snack and welcome back to the Test of Time Challenge. I am here at the Cove household to do a recap for you like I promised, but I wanted to show you a couple of things that happened this week in the game. You can't quite see it. I changed Stuart's design again. His hair was driving me nuts. He was like an old guy with a young guy's haircut. Gale aged up and you can't quite tell because he's in the bath, but he came out really buff. Turns out he had really high athletic. I don't know if he was an athletic sim. Yeah, he is, and so he's made the most of that. If he ever ends up in the games, he's probably going to win off the cuff. I think he's at level 6 in athletic when he became a young adult, which is huge. Stavros is getting there. He's actually artistic, and he just came back. So, you know, if you remember at the beginning of the week, where is he? He's sleeping. He just got back from boarding school. He came back with a little bit of handiness skill. He did not come back with any additional traits because he wasn't there long enough. I don't know if we had to wait this extra day, but I wasn't sure. I just didn't want the game to forget him, really, and so that's why I decided to bring him back. His daughter was born, or no, I'm sorry, he had a son. He had a son that we named Agus, and he has not met his son yet, and I don't know if I'll get to introduce him. I'm just going to play out part of the day Saturday. I don't think we're going to get to the point that he even ages up before I leave this household. Which is somewhat unfortunate because we could be off finding him a wife, but you know, he's already active enough. So between him and Maria, I'm sure they'll spend more time together. Svelte and Stavros both grew up and are in the wrong, there we go. Svelte became a sailor, which is kind of nice because she was brave, loved the outdoors before, and she was swimming all the time, so I'm teaching her snorkeling. And Stavros is adorable. I gave him all blue. He really does well with it anyway, but he's got super dark hair, and the game's, of course, going to slow down the second I choose him. But no, he came out all right, and he is irresistible was what he grew up with as a trait. So he's going to do quite well, I'm sure. And this is Gale, and Gale's like insanely muscular. Half the clothing I put on him was just way too bulky and looked silly, so I ended up doing muscle shirts and things. He's apparently still smart enough to read, and he ended up with this really funny, like, black tree of chest hair, and then he's got, like, super blonde, and why does he look worried right now? Oh, because he's a coward, so he actually wouldn't do well. I hope he doesn't get selected for the games, right? I like to think he'd still win in a fight, but he aged up really, really nicely. Just looks older than he should, probably, because of all his muscles. So level 5 athletic skill, etc., etc. He's got a little bit of everything. I just gave them a chess table, redid this room here, and, you know, Stavros better listen to his dad if he doesn't want to end up in military school like his brother. So anyway, Atalo's back, and this is this family. I don't know, they came out so cool. We've got like 3 different heads of hair over here. We've got this beautiful like bronze red that Svetlana has. Svetlana had a girl, so she had Karina, which means chaste and pure, and she's being breastfed right now, so you can't see nothing. But she's just a little baby right now, and she'll age up again in a day, so I don't think we're going to see her be a toddler either, because like I said, this is a recap, and by Sunday morning I'll be playing another family. He came home from military school to talk about books. Dude, they have no relationship at all. You probably shouldn't have sent him away, but maybe he's making amends. Okay, you can go feed yourself. I don't even care. Alright, Svelte's doing alright, but no, they're just adorable childrens, and assuming nobody gets the plague or nothing, we'll have some great grandkids one of these days, and we'll just all be adorable. So, and Stuart, where is he? Oh, it doesn't show any longer. He was one of the youngest of his brothers, but he's still a Cove. He's still like a 3rd generation or something sim. So I think 4 or 5. I think we are in the 5th generation of this game. I think there might be 1 or 2 families with a Gen 6. Of 20, because this is the challenge is to play up to 20. So anyway, those are some things that have, look, Seyfoot's still alive. Fahadeen, I remember introducing her. She was another CAS Sim at the beginning of the Roman era. She was Egyptian, which is why she has awesome hair. Alright, so anyway, that's what these guys are up to. Just, yeah, he came back to that, but Gale just cracks me up. I didn't expect him to be super buff like that. Svelte has her mama's hair color. Stavros has got the Cove eyes, the lilac eyes, and then the super dark hair. And of course, you know, Svelte is his twin sister. So it's been quite a while since there was a family, or since there was a child born in this house. I'm really glad we have Karina because Stavros, well, yeah, he's got to move on. He actually needs a new last name now that I think about it. Because if he has his own family, they can't be the Cove. So we're going to have to go ahead and change that. And what do we want to change it to? Cove. Let's just do something sort of French sounding for no reason. And just do Covette. Sounds like a vehicle, but I don't even care. So, alright, so that's how I do the naming. Basically, when there's a son that's born that's not the eldest, they get up to a certain age, I'll go ahead and change their last name. So, alright, that is the heads up about this family. And I really am, to be honest, I really want to keep playing them. But I do have my mods set so that they won't age until I come back around. Y'all are about to die. What is up with this? I haven't told them to clean, and this is what became of it. Probably because Svetlana's busy having a baby, but she's like a perfectionist. You know, she would clean the heck out of the house, but she's just not doing it. Oh, and yeah, Gale didn't even care. I'm just going to let him, you know, clean. So anyway, that's what this family's up to, and we are moving. I'm going to pause the game real quick and go on over there. Come on now. It'll take a second. We are moving over to these two homes, which you can't quite see. This is one of my absolute favorites, and of course it's not quite as... Yeah, this is a beautiful home. This I built myself. I don't recall if it's up on my Sims 3 store dashboard or not, but it will not be on Mod The Sims because it's uneven. I built it on the side of a hill, and I'm still using it in my game, and it does make things sink a little bit, but it took me so long to figure out these levels. I did it by constrained floor elevation cheat, which took forever because some of these are half a level, some are a full level. But this is the family I'll be playing in just a minute here, and I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So that's the rotation around the island. I also will be playing this family, which I have not updated their house at all, so I'll have to get in and update their house. And then move on. And then after that, I'm going to be snaking around the mountain here, and I'll get to show you the Covale house for the first time, which they're like my other favorite. Although these guys are quickly becoming, I mean, just because I want to see how they all end up growing up and looking, and they're all good kids too. That's really unusual with this challenge. For them to get randomized traits because they're not in school, and for those randomized traits to be so positive. She's just a snob, that's about it. That's not horrible. I got to choose for Karina, so I made her good and friendly just to lock in a couple of decent, you know, sim traits, because that does relate to the family, and her mom's nurturing, so that makes sense. So anyway, that's what's going on, and I'm going to swap on over in just a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and pause this here. Alright everybody, I am back. I did play a couple of game days, and I'm glad I tested it because things were a little bit slow for this family because the house is humongous, there's a lot of little things in it, and I had to change it so that there was not, I took out a couple of things that were just extra hairs and stuff like that just to make it run a little smoother. It might hiccup a little bit here and there, but I think it's doing okay. This is the Edifice family. So this family has a lot going on in it. And what I did is got all the kids to the point that they could age up. I didn't change all of their clothing. As you can tell, it's raining. It's actually a different game day. It's Tuesday now. I started on Sunday and played them for a couple days just to get a feel for what was going on. In that time, the youngest aged up, and because the rules for slaves are that they always... hang on. It's a little loud in my ear. But the rule for slaves is that they always have to have kids, and so that's what they've been doing. They've kept on having kids. Now, their oldest, ironically, Demetrius, that is over there, and he's like a senior. He's like the oldest slave in the house of slaves. I'm sorry, what's it called? Over at Hermes' gladiatorial, house. That's actually her son, so that's how old she is. Serena just doesn't look old at all. And then Mine is, I believe, a live-in servant for somebody. He has a girlfriend, but I don't know if I introduced them or not. So there's actually 2 children that are not in the house. It's kind of crazy to me that Demetrius is, yeah, he's got all these kids already. So this woman is effectively a grandmother, but she just had more children. Nope, get out of here. So she just had these toddlers, which were babies 2 days ago. So Matsmoyo and Machupa, which I wrote down the meaning of the names, but where did I write them down is an excellent question. Okay, Machupa, where are ya? There you go. It actually means let's see, one who likes to drink. So I figured being artistic and excitable, he's probably going to grow up hitting the bars. I could be wrong, but I thought it was just a great name. So I had to name him that. I didn't have to, but it was worth it. And Matsumoyo is also a son, so these two are twins. And his name means the water of life because he is good and brave. So he's going to be the water of life to their family tree and defend them and all of that. So those are the meanings behind their names. I'm trying to give it out immediately, like Arizu and Artaxathra. I don't recall the meaning of those names, and I'm okay with that. And look, she doesn't even know her son's third trait. Parson, this is the end where it started. They had Demetrius, and then and she might have had Demetrius with another man. Yes. So she got remarried, or I think her husband maybe died. I don't know if he was in the games or not. But they had Mine, Tekel, and Parson, and the game has actually forgotten Tekel in just the day or two that I've played. Which, he was the alien sim. So he was the alien sim that was killed in the first gladiatorial games. That he was pretty much just a sacrifice. So, their family has known its share of tragedy, but they do have a lot of children, so they're okay at the moment. They actually need to have more. This family is incredibly difficult to play, so none of the children have been aging up with good traits because I just haven't had the time to teach them how to walk, talk, and go to the bathroom. When they're born, she's had good pregnancies, so I've been able to give them good traits upon birth. But Arizu here ended up being a couch potato. Artaxathra ended up being mean-spirited, which is unfortunate. And Parson, absent-minded, easily impressed, and grumpy. And then Mine grew up being nurturing, but he was mean-spirited and a loner. So he's had some interesting lifetime wishes coming by already. I think he wanted to adopt so many strays, but I don't know how that happens. So anyway, this woman has not had a shower in probably a week or two. Because of course the slave families can't have they can't have a shower. She just left her child out in the rain. So I don't even know if I'll be able to talk over this too much. I've got to get a lot done for these guys. Also, because their son is this is Mine. He totally had a bowl cut before, but he just became a teen, and because he became a teen, he's going to have to live in somebody else's house, but I'm not going to make him do that just yet. Oh yeah, and he just got abducted by a flippin' alien, and I have teen pregnancy turned on, so I don't know if that's going to make him pregnant. I really hope not. It just seems like a waste. I've had 4 alien abductions. I've had 2 on this lot alone when I was just playing it the last 2 days. It was both she got abducted, and then Mine just got abducted right after he grew up. And that was weird. So I had a lot of, like I said, it was just weird. But about the lot, which I really wanted to show you all, I'm super excited for. This is an actual... This building is set up, modeled after an actual place. So there is a pueblo called Taos Pueblo. So Taos, Taos. And it's actually multiple families, that would live in the pueblo. And I'm just going to pause this so I can show you a little bit better because the rain's kind of making things silly. Oh, seeing, yeah, it's taking a second to load everything, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This is one of my slower lots for sure. I absolutely love it, and I will try and do a how to cheat video on constrained floor elevation cheat because that's how I made all of this possible. And I'll just go from the very top all the way down. They basically have a bunch of rooms that they don't need. And I have a lot of split levels, and like I mentioned earlier, can't really put this up on Mod the Sims, but I might be able to put it up somewhere else. So if you have an interest, let me know. Because I don't want to mess with it if you guys aren't interested, but I really do like this. This lot is so much fun to play despite the levels and everything else, or because of the levels. So up here you just have a couple of bedrooms. Then going down, this is what I mean about difficulty in building. These rooms just don't flip and count. And this is how it breaks down the levels, and this is why a lot of times the game you don't want to use constrained floor elevation. I have what looks like 3 levels in the home, but it's really more like 5 because every time they jump, the game treats that like a level. And that's a little bit more about that cheat, which is why it's kind of tricky to use. So I did end up with like a nice bedroom out of this, and then of course the top area here is connected up here, which, oh, I forgot to... Oh no, okay, they have a ladder. That's why they have a ladder up from the other room. which notice is not one down from the top like it looks. It's down here. So this room has the ladder that can go up so it can work out. But it's all completely functional, and I actually built it and then rebuilt it when they came out with the ladders. So I've spent a lot of time on this one. I have like a little study area, a drawing desk under a bed, a bunk bed here. So you kind of have to build it high. They keep catching birds, so they have a couple of pets. They've got birds. They have 2 different bird cages. In fact, if I go down to the main floor here, there's more bird cages. So, but all of this area that is blacked out, I painted it black. And then I pretty much sealed off anything that was not a usable space with walls. And because I have the walls visible, that's why you can see that. Right. So it doesn't make that big of a difference. But this is actually not the ground floor, even though it looks, or this is the ground floor, but it goes like through the walls. It's just kind of confusing. This is the master bedroom is down here. They have like a little kitchen and eating area. And then they go up where they could also eat, or there's a canning station is the most expensive thing that they own. They actually have a lot of money because this is the founding Edifice family. So there's 2 families that are slave families in Edifice, and and I forget the other one. It's so remarkable, but sorry. But anyway, we've played a lot of their branch families, and I don't think I've played like a lot of main families. And so aside from the Saulsons, this is the next main family I've played. So right, so Brennan is the heir, which I believe name makes him the heir. So let me double check that real quick. The only thing that throws me off is his father had a branch family name. But I think what happened was that the heir passed away. And I'm not too sure because it's not remembering. But I think it was... But see, this kid I renamed Esmond also. And he never even got married. So I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. Right. Anyway... he is a lifeguard, so that's what he's been doing, is escaping his family to go play on the beach, pretty much. He's earned a couple thousand in finding seashells and rocks. Those are spawners nearby. But that's what this lot is. It's pretty much like an anything goes. You have to try and make sure that the kids are down here, like in one area where I have their little nursery set up. There's like an area for games, and like this kid can learn how to bake, but he's not doing that. I've got a couple artistic sims. I added little bathrooms around. Again, there's no shower because they're slaves. And then this is the nursery proper, which I just changed some of these into like skill building items, and we got somebody starving. There's almost always somebody starving. Usually it's her. Usually it's Serena, which she's well named if she can keep her peace in all of this chaos, because I was just playing 2 infants and 2 toddlers and a child, and that was not easy. Now that Mine's a teen, he can help out with a few things around the house, but then, like I said, he's got to go work in someone else's home right after this, because he's a slave, so... Alright, without further ado... Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out who I'm even looking at. Who are you, Mads Moyo? I know I'm butchering your name, but that's okay. Starving. This one's just unhygienic. Oh, she's sleeping in a bed. Oh, she's a child now. Oh, thank goodness. Right, so the toddlers became children. So I've just got 2 toddlers. That's fortunate. Alright, what are you doing? Oh, you want to play, but your mom stuck you at the top of the stairs. Well, that's because of love. Who's she going to breastfeed? Oh my golly, she just left you in the rain. Probably the hungry one. Yeah, I'm just going to let her do that. And Dad is doing what? He's sleeping. He works again in about a day. Looks like his athletic needs to be at a certain level. I don't know how he is on that. Athletic. He's doing okay. I don't see an actual requirement because it's a different type of, it's a career or whatever, not a job. So, and this looks like I can cycle, but I don't need to quite yet. Alright, Madsmoyo is there. He's getting fed. He still has bladder issues and social. Look, she just sets him right down. That's one thing I dislike. Why don't you snuggle him and then teach him to go to the bathroom? Right? Since that's all the stuff he needs right now. If we could teach him one thing and he could get like one other good trait, that would just be gravy for us. We need that. We need that desperately. Alright, and then Machupa, after this, I think what we're going to do is change dirty diaper. And probably socialize a little bit. And then, where should we go? I guess then we'll go here because he wanted to play. So we'll let him play. As for the kids, they're pretty much left to their own devices. She wanted to learn how to be soaked and then stand in the rain, so she wanted to learn how to fish, so I stuck her out in the ocean. There are no fish spawners. That's alright. Not a big deal. And Parson, grumpy, easily impressed, and absent-minded, which actually, I'll have to check absent-minded. If it's a trait that does not allow them to die, then I'll have to change it. There's a couple of traits for the challenge I don't allow. Dude, while you're at it, like, clean the sink, please, because that looks nasty. Yeah, they're always brushing their teeth and that. And they want to be hygienic, they just, yeah. They just aren't hygienic, even though they want to be. Okay, Serena, what you doing? Are you doing all the stuff I told you with your broke butt umbrella? Yes, fine. Alright, Dad's sleeping. Now, after this, maybe he can water some stuff? Oh, it is watered. I just gave him some indoor plants. I think what I'll have him do then is come out here and plant. All they had was a pile of tomato trees. And, why is he sleeping up here? This isn't even... Oh well, can the shell go on the wall? I guess not. It just kind of sits there and looks kind of stupid, so I'm just going to sell it, forget it. He wanted to collect so many, so I was letting him do that. He wants to talk to his wife, ever. They haven't talked in days. It seems like a fair goal to have. He's sleeping. What I really actually would like to do is take them out to the pool so that they can all get a little hygienic and meet other children their age. There's no matchmaking efforts for any of these kids right now. But if I can correct for that, I would like to. So I think I'm just going to get people fed, and then we'll see if, like, the teen is left with the toddlers. But he's really one of the ones we should, use umbrella. Yeah, thanks for telling me you were going to use the umbrella. It's very important. You can clean that and then use that. Okay, so Mine is somebody that we need to introduce to other Sims in the first place. And he's getting to sleep on. I think I'm just going to let him sleep. Oh, this cake's going to go bad, y'all. No, they just had birthday cake because we aged everybody up, so... He has to clean one thing and he immediately wishes somebody else would do it for him. I erased it, but he had the Brunhilde wish. She doesn't exist here. Alright, oh, she's trying to prepare something. You don't need to do that. Why don't you go eat? Just eat something. Just let somebody make you something for once. Here, Mine made autumn salad. Let's see if it's actually food or not. He's gonna wake up and then I'm gonna have him eat. The children, they're okay. Well, you're not quite okay. You need to come home, I think, my dear, and you probably are not going out with us. Yeah, they have been doing well on skill building because, like I said, I'm really not spending much time with the children. I've just been leaving them alone with these little toys that they have, and if they learn something great. So, somebody already maxed out their musical ability. I don't know who it was. I don't recall. Alright, so she's sleeping. I don't know how they always end up with things on consignment, but that's fine. Alright, so Serena, where are you, darling? She's eating. She chose to eat here. She can do that. And then I think, unfortunately, she just needs to have a nap. Does she need to rock with anybody? Yes, she does. She actually needs to feed the chillins. This one's good. Machupa is not so good, so he needs to be fed. And, so as soon as she's done here, I think I'm gonna let her... Where are you, Machupa? Which one? Oh my golly. They're so teeny tiny, you can't even see them. This is... The other drawback is having all these walls, is you have to, like, try to look through them. But I like the outside of the house, so I'm good with that, and I love the functionality of it, where they can go up and down. It just makes me happy. So, darn, now I forgot what he needed. That's the other challenge with this family. They're ridiculous. Alright, he's hungry, he's tired, he's having fun. Why don't you play with? Oh, tickle him. Alright, and then... Oops, not doing that. Okay, and then we'll have you breastfeed, and then I'll have you rock with them. That'll be perfect. That way she'll be watching the house, but she'll be really taking a glorified nap. These guys, as soon as they're set to the only thing they need left is hygiene, you can wake up now. Read something. No. In fact, if you want to go anywhere, kiddo, you will take a nap. You barely have a chance. Wait, let's just have you properly nap. Yeah, if they're all super tired, then the kids maybe aren't going to go, but we need the teen to go for sure. And, yeah, I don't know. I guess our Toxothra's not going. That's okay. The children don't have to. It'll just be whoever's ready, basically, can go when the time comes. Alright. It's so weird how the aliens can't get the women pregnant. Like, I'm not complaining right now because I don't want her to be, but she would have been pregnant by now. He loves being alone. He had a super popular lifetime wish that I rejected. Oh, he wants to feed the bees. He really does like animals. That's why it threw me off that he came out mean-spirited. What's this? Is that a bird that's in your house? Yeah, the goldfinch. Okay, let's feed the bees and harvest the honey. I thought I told somebody to do that. It was probably Brennan. And no, you're not reading people to sleep. It's a super cute interaction, but it's not good. Okay, so anyway, he's ready to go. And then you're going to go to the restroom. And I guess when you've done all that, then we can go. So everybody else can get the naps or whatever in that they need. Give gift. You can't even open and eat this? Oh, that's so unfortunate. This is why I just did, and I'll put the showcase up, but a mod showcase on this. He can't show you the options, but make rations. There's a wonderful new mod that's out for the canning station where you can take food and put it in jars and kids can like automatically open it and eat it and stuff. So in a situation like this family, basically, in fact, maybe that's what he can do right now because he's annoying me. The dad is. He says, stop listening to your children's requests. It's annoying. Open. Okay, what I need are single servings, so that's the challenge. Is that waffles? Yeah, okay, so I'll have him grab a bunch of plates, and then you basically need 3 items, and you can put them in jars, and then if your kids are out at the park, you could do a picnic. It comes out just super incredibly useful. It's great for this challenge. Hurry your butt up. Them and their umbrellas, they crack me up. Like, they're just lucky to have a roof over their heads, but... Okay, where'd the other request go? It's kind of confusing. And then you put it down. So this part can be a little bit tedious, just separating out the meals. But, instead of letting things spoil in their inventory all day, you basically are putting things... Do it one more time, buddy. Yeah. Alright, basically are putting things and saving them indefinitely for later. It's also, if you notice, these are 0 when you try to sell them. If I were to sell these waffles, I think it cost me 11 or 12, simoleons to make them. But if I make them as rations, they're going to be worth $100 each. So you actually can have your Sims, and it's kind of funny, they just dump the food completely upside down into the pot. I gotta remember not to put this one on fast, because this house cannot handle the faster speeds. Right. So the interaction here is a little different in the beginning, where he just tosses waffles or whatever in, and they always take out like a red jam jar. It's something that they couldn't change in the mod, but this mod is just wonderful. What the heck? What did Tweety do? Hey kid. Where are you at? Come up here and clean after your bird. And feed your bird. Alright, what are you doing that you're so irritable? Aside from... He's like minty fresh breath and he's mad about it. What are you mad about? Food dish is already full. Okay, well then... Get something to eat. Otherwise, I'm not gonna let you go. Do you understand this? You probably don't. but when your dad's done here, we're all going. Okay, wait, he's actually done already. So, let's get Mama doing something real quick. Because Machupa's ready to sleep, I believe. Oh, got bladder issues, though. Hygiene, bladder. Okay, in fact, she only got a little bit of rest, but that's too bad. You're going to potty train both your children. And then you're going to empty that because that's nasty. And then you're going to put Machupa in the crib, and then you're going to have a nap, but I can't even tell you that right now. Alright, right, so we have rations. So what you do with the rations is I'm actually going to hand them out to the children. So that if we're hungry, and oops, not all three of them. If we're hungry and they're out and about, or they run away from me, you know, I won't have to watch them starve to death, because that's just distasteful. And I think I'm just going to sell the ketchup. But yeah, you make money on these jars. This is how the game was set for the jam jars anyway. It was set to make, you know, 3 apples becomes 3 jars of jams, and jars of jam, and you can sell it for 300 simoleons, and it depreciates, so the next day is like 80, and the day after is 60 or something. But it's still perfectly good food for them later. So they kept that in the mod. So if you can imagine any food that you can make just becoming useful later in that way is huge. Oh, it's so dark. I'm going to take them out. They're finally ready to go at 8 o'clock. I wonder if they get curfew if they're out with Daddy. They probably don't. So let's find out. Just fill his food. And what are you wishing for? Sweeten up a dessert. Oh, he must have got honey. Okay. Well, you're not buying a water slide. I don't even know how to prepare a meal with honey. I feel like I should know. He wants to brush his teeth. We're not doing that. I think you're just going to come over here, and I'm going to tell you to nap, so you sit in the same spot for 2 seconds. And I'm going to have him come sit here. I'm just telling everybody to sit here just so that they come back to this one place. Wait, where are you? You're having your cake. You're going to use that, and then we're going to go... Well, we don't need to use that. Okay, and she got to sleep. These kids, I tell you what. Well, she has rations, so why don't we just go and see if at the community place she can eat the rations. I actually don't think she can because there's no table there, but we're going to find out. Alright, so let's go to the pool. I believe it's on the other side of the island. I don't know Lagoon View. We're not going to go there because I didn't build it. And it's not Roman, and I don't mind if they end up there sometimes. But, yeah, we're going to visit the public baths of Rome over here. With everybody except the wifey. Alright, all the kids are going. He's only friends with one of his kids. Did you guys notice that? Alright, this is actually shaping up to be a longish episode. But you can see how the Edifice family is a challenge to play. It's not that they're not fun, but they're not fun in the sense that I get to do whatever I want. They're fun in the truest sense of the game, that this is a challenge, and I'm challenged by it. And y'all better go together. You get your kids in trouble. Come on, man. We don't do we look like we got all day, Mr. Mustache? He thinks we got all the time in the world. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Serena and see how she's doing. So it's just her and the toddlers. Oh, she's helping them out. Okay, well this is working so far. Machupa's learning, and Matsumoyo did learn. So that's good. He's just hungry now. But he's got enough energy that if she just gives him a bottle, she should be okay. Feet on floor. Did you not empty that? Woman, I don't care. Is she upset right now? She's probably upset that she's been smelling for weeks and she's the one that hasn't been able to do anything about it. He's so mad. Why are you in such a bad mood when you don't even want anything? He wants to paint more. Alright, try to be friends with your dad today. Okay, Mr. Grumpy, Smelly, Disgusted Pants. He's probably disgusted with himself. Poor kid. He's got high expectations. He just wants to smell a little bit better. Can we really blame him? Alright, we're gonna pretend this is a Roman chariot. There was a mod, actually, to turn a vehicle into that, but it was a motorcycle, and multiple Sims couldn't use it. Just too bad. It had a horse and everything. Not everything, because the horse didn't move, and it looked like the most awkward vehicle ever. But I don't think it had random headlights that floated in midair. Sometimes they redo cars for the game. You get, like, the headlight effect, but then it's like an animal in front. Oh my goodness, take your sweet time, you guys. Alright, 11:30 p.m. That seems legit. But yeah, so here's our bath. It's actually a pool, which they can swim in the ocean anytime, so I actually like their actual lot for that. Because they can kind of do whatever they want. Now, the other cool thing about this is, you know, once our Sims are there, it's going to become a gathering place for everybody else. He's going to take a bath, you're going to shower... You're gonna shower, and that's gonna put you in a much better mood. And you guys are gonna wait. Oh, she's hungry already. She's this hungry. This should be okay. Oops. Well, whatever. What are y'all up to? Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Pretty sure I just told y'all what to do, but that's okay. And, he's gotta wait, basically. That's okay, you can wait, man. It's not the end of the world. So somebody's gotta get Mama here tomorrow. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do the rest of the week with this, this family. Like, their biggest vacation is that they all went to the baths together. No, don't go home. No, you butt. You are not going home. Get over here and, like, I don't know, swim or something. It's horrible. And she's unroutable. Go here. Snorkel. I don't care what you do. Just make sure you get here. Okay. And actually, shower. Alright. Where are you at? Don't go home, kid! He's not listening to me. Oh, I have half a mind to transport you because you're just not listening. That's weird, right? Alright, well I guess you're just gonna be smelly for always. For your whole life. Just gonna clean it. Just come over here and clean the shower and then don't use it. Sounds great. Dad's taking longer. He's taking a nice long bath. It's probably too dark for them to meet anybody now. But that's how this week, I think, is going to go. I'm just going to try and get them introduced to see if there's anybody that's compatible, either for them to work for or for them to one day fall in love with. I'm trying to introduce the kids at a younger age, like I mentioned. Oh, good. Okay, so he's doing well with all that. Yeah, I guess swim then. There's no tables or anything. This is like a really simple lot, and I think it's okay. I might turn this area outside into like a usable space. Because it's actually a cute little building, but it's kind of just simple and functional, and it has this little decorative elements on top. And that's about it. And now it's not letting me go back down. Alright. So sorry, I hope this episode isn't boring or anything. I really like their environment, and I like this family, but they are a challenge. This is literally, just me chasing these Sims all over the place. I am gonna teleport him, because I think he's stuck, because it wasn't letting me instruct him on what to do or not do. So I'm just gonna have him go shower real quick, so he doesn't, like, die of exhaustion. And then she needs to eat something, too. And where's Mine going? It's all just chasing. He's like, well, I showered. See you later. It's 1 a.m. though. They do have to go home. Alright, yeah, this is their biggest outing ever. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The toddlers look at... Everybody's, like, half dead by the time they get anywhere with this family. By the time I want to do one thing, like, somebody just has a need. She's already taking care of it, though. Alright, I think what I'm probably going to do is just try and get Mine introduced or take him out. If I can get him around town later in the week. I'd like to do another episode with them, these guys. I might do 2 episodes of family. If you guys have thoughts about that, let me know, because I'm playing them for a straight week. For a while there, I was just playing each family for a day to show you, but it's more important, I think, to advance the game at this point. So what I'll do is kind of have them beginning of the week and end of the week. That's what I would like to do, but if there's anything you'd like to see or you don't want to see, I know this part's kind of mundane. They're just like showering, but that's how the slaves are in the Roman era. They have to go to a public area to have a bath. So I'll probably grab the one closer to their house and adjust that too. But these guys, it's quite a ride. These guys are difficult, and they actually have money to spend, but they can't own anything that is more than $1,000 in value. The one exception I'm making for that is the ration station, because I think that's going to be very important for their family. But it probably is going to take several game days for me to get these guys at the point where their heads are above water, because this is ridiculous. And I also have to get Serena pregnant again, because she's a slave and they always have kids, and she's 13 days to an elder. So, playing this week and then coming back another full week, she's going to be an adult. So I'm guessing she could have another 3-4 kids. You never know. All the slaves, I also gave them fertility treatment that they automatically get, because that's how Nerez mods work. So I was able to assign to certain classes or castes certain traits that automatically show up. So for all of these guys, when they're of age, they should all have fertility treatment, and that does affect how many kids they have. But they don't actually fight or get sick that often, so they don't die a whole lot. I just end up with tons more Sims to play, but I'm gonna take it one day at a time. He did not even shower. Dude, kid, no. Alright, so I'm gonna keep struggling. I should have named one of these kids Struggle. Maybe that's what I'll do for the next... Now I understand those old-timey names that people would get. Oh my gosh. Where they would be like, hard-fought battle, and that's the name of the kid, But it was just the mom being mad that it was so difficult to have that child. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and sign off before this becomes too long of an episode, and we'll get back into it probably at the end of the sim week here. You guys have a wonderful day. Do something that makes you happy. Focus, get your work done, and then play, or hang out with me. It's fine either way, but have a wonderful day. This is Frog Snack, signing off.